You know, sometimes being a financial institution, you don't always think about the arts, but we're really firmly convinced that the strongest and most vibrant economies have everything going, both arts, recreation, business, and culture. So we need it all, and to support it all just makes sense because we're all about Alberta. We're really excited to sponsor this particular award simply because it takes art and it uses it in a different way. To be able to have both a beautiful creation and to actually heal someone's physical or mental well-being seems to be a real bonus.
I'm the artistic director of Green Fools Theatre. We do masks, puppets, stilts, and circus. And more so, in the last few years, we've been doing a lot of circus camps for youth. Through the circus camps, we do a lot of work with youth at risk. And I have seen on many, many occasions the transformative nature of the circus. I know that the program saves lives. It also empowers youth. It empowers kids to challenge themselves and do something that they've never done before and succeed. And that's the healing nature of this work. It really does give kids an experience that they'll never have again and they'll never forget.
I think art is always important because art is actually how it defines us, our culture, and preserve our culture. In the context of Calgary, as a growing city, a city that wants to be known as an international city, I think art becomes even more important. And at the end of the day, I believe that art is going to be the one aspect of our life that people are going to pay more attention to. With Roberto, although new to Canada, we know that he has not given up, which I recognize that. He has volunteered with the organization which deals with the people with disability, and he's contributing as an artist to that community. And also he produced great art, and we want everybody to know in Calgary.
I've been here for about 2 years in Calgary. It's been a great experience because I have found the one I wanted to paint. The buildings, the environment. I love the weather, I love the sky. It's been a very good experience for me because that is what I have been doing for about 20 years. So I like work outdoors because it's a very good way to meet people.
Well, to me, arts are at the heart of civilized city. Arts are at the heart of what makes a city worth living in, what makes it interesting, what makes it creative, what makes it work. And so that's why I'm a big supporter of the arts. I think she is the perfect recipient. When you look at her body of work and you look at the collaboration that's occurred, you look at the different media that she's worked in, and where we are here, the whole Equinox thing that she did here, which is a perfect example, I think, of art expressing itself in a way that most people never would have even thought of, and it brought people together. It brought community together.
I call myself an artivist, so that's obvious. It's a cross between activist and artist. I believe artists have almost a sacred responsibility. I feel like we have ways to tell people's stories or to help them tell their stories. When people gather here, I contribute a digital shrine, and then there's various artists who build shrines and installations, and people write mementos, and they gather, they talk. There's all kinds of different generations that come. It's a free family event. Lots of little kids are here, lots of grandparents. I'm just inspired by what Calgarians have to offer when you give them the tools.
At Enbridge, we really appreciate that it's very important to help nurture and celebrate young emerging artists early in their career. That's when they really need the help and the support from the community. So it's in a small way, it's our opportunity to say, we recognize that what you're doing is important, you're contributing to the cultural life of our city, and we think that's worth celebrating. The 3rd Street Theatre, filling an interesting niche in our community, so we're delighted and proud to be associated with Paul.
I'm a professional actor, writer, and director here in town, and along with my business partner, we run 3rd Street Theatre, which is Calgary's queer theatre company. And the work we do is the positive promotion of queer content and stories on our stages. I noticed that very few people from the queer community even attend theatre or know that we have any theatre in town. And that made me feel that they needed a better representation of their voices on our stage. There's wonderful opportunity here in Calgary, and the community has been incredibly open and welcoming to new artists with new ideas who aren't afraid to make change and to try their art form out. So that's why I chose Calgary over other centres. It was far more welcoming than anywhere else that I've tried.
Antics really epitomized what the award is about. The depth of engagement, for one, the depth of collaboration. It's easy to say it's young people, but in their nomination letters said we talk about youth as our future, but we're trying, we're showing them that they can be leaders now.
Our mission statement is community arts, engaging, empowering, transforming. So we work with youth and with community groups to use a variety of different art forms to build skills and then to look at the issues that are most important to them. So a lot of our work focuses on working with youth who have been marginalized for whatever reason and use a variety of art forms. It could be theater, visual arts, music, video, to help them build their skills and tell their stories to hopefully make a positive change in their community or to engage other youth.
Well, I think from our standpoint, it's part of giving back to the community and making Calgary a better place to live for everybody. And also, I think the arts is such an important part of the lifestyle in Calgary. And people talk a lot about sports and athletics, but arts and culture seems to be bypassed in so many respects. So this is an opportunity to give it some recognition that it so justly deserves.
Well, it certainly has a lot to do with the recognition that this artist, who happens to be this year a visual artist, is recognized both nationally and internationally. And that is one of the major criteria for the award, that they are recognized and acclaimed, not just in Canada, but also around the world.
I'm a painter, and I've been painting since 1970. I'm interested in painting and perception. And I originally came to Calgary in 1976. Had a wonderful time at art college and then decided to stay. Now, when I was a student, there was a sense that what you had to do was move to Toronto or New York if you wanted to be an artist. And what happened is people began to stay and just stay and stay and stay until we have a very good-sized art community here.